GCSE Paper 2 AQA. What's going to be in it? Actually, I can't predict the future. Roll that graphic. Let's see how I can help. Hi, I'm Paul. This is Science That Sticks. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking about Paper 2 for AQA GCSE Chemistry. I'm not going to go into details about higher and lower and what should be on and what you could potentially be asked. I'm just going to go through the 4 or 5 modules here that you could be asked questions on. Now, Paper 2 starts at C6, which is rates, and rates are chemical reactions, how fast a chemical reaction is or how slow. I've done lots of videos. Have a look at the video that's linked below for all of the stuff on rates. You might be asked to balance an equation, you might be asked about concentrations, you might be asked about plotting a graph or even interpreting a graph. Okay, that's true for foundation, that's true for higher, it's true for combined, and it's true for triple. Let's look at C7, hydrocarbons. If you're doing the foundation paper, then it's going to be much easier for you to learn hydrocarbons than it is if you're doing triple. Now, the reason for this is because if you're doing foundation, then you only really need to name the first 5 alkanes. Methane has got 1 carbon, ethane has got 2, propane has got 3, butane has got 4, and pentane has got 5. Whereas if you're doing higher, it goes all the way up to 10. I'm not going to get involved in all of that because I've done a video on alkanes. Have a look at that. But there are some common themes that show up with C7 for combine and for higher and triple and fair and regular. I said regular, well, trilogy. Now, here's the thing. You're almost always going to be asked questions on crude oil, how it is separated using fractional distillation. So you've got to think and really know inside and out what the difference is between small molecules and large molecules of organic molecules, particularly the alkanes. I would look at what happens with cracking, catalytic as well as thermal. You also really need to understand just the properties of those alkanes, their reactivities, what happens with cracking, and alkenes. That will give you a good that will give you a good start in whatever paper you are doing. So again, have a look at that. C8, chemical analysis. Now, if you are doing foundation, it's chromatography, flame tests, and a few other things. If you're doing triple and you're doing higher, there's quite a few more. That includes ionic tests, looking at what they call qualitative analysis. Now, qualitative analysis means that you're seeing color changes for ions. So if you react one thing with another, it turns a different color. Silver nitrate changes different colors depending on which halide ion it is mixed with. If it's chloride, if it's bromide, or if it's iodide, they go different colors. So be aware of that one. Moving on, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is more of a geography sort of question. It's some good chemistry in there. Do not talk about the ozone layer because we don't talk about it at GCSE. So don't talk about carbon dioxide affecting the ozone layer. It doesn't do it. Don't say anything about the ozone layer. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas that is linked to climate change and global warming. Give any example that you wish. It's really common. So make sure you really understand the difference between hydrocarbons and complete combustion and incomplete combustion and the link between the atmosphere. You also need to know the proportions of the atmosphere that you are breathing in and have been since the day you were born. Most of it is nitrogen, a small section is oxygen, and then a tiny section is all the other gases. Okay. Oh, one further thing, make sure for the atmosphere you really understand the great oxygenation event and the fact that we were able to identify what the atmosphere was like on prehistoric Earth, as well as how it compares with the atmospheres of other planets like Mars, for example, and then compare it. Make sure you know how to do that. Lastly, we've got sustainable development. Now, some schools call this using Earth's resources. It's really simple stuff. Make sure that you watch all of the videos that's been done by freesciencelessons.co.uk. The dude's really good. It's Dr. Donnelly. He's got some top-notch stuff for C10. This is if you're doing geography, by the way, this should be cake for you because there's an awful lot of stuff in there that is really useful. That's pretty much it. This is largely because one student, just before he left it at the end of last half term, asked if I could do a bit of a revision session with this. If I did a full revision session, it would take ages and it would be a huge write-up. I'll try and do a video over the next few days or so where I'm doing a mind map with just keywords for each of them and show you how to do that. I really recommend that you do that. So I'll show you how to do it. Until next time, as always, stay cool, good luck, do some work. Okay, you've got some exams coming up. Really go in thinking to yourself, I'm crushing it. That's what you're planning on doing. You're planning on crushing it. Till then, till next time, stay cool. Bye for now.